Here comes the bride, all dressed in pink. Open up the window and let out the stink. But today I'm going to do a makeup look dedicated to all the future brides out there. This is the look that I came up with for a very neutral bride that's looking for a very neutral look, simplistic look. This is my bridal hair that I came up with also. I felt like this went with the makeup. So I hope that this all will help you in selecting a look that you want to use for your wedding. So if you want to know how I got this look, please stay tuned and I will show you. The first thing that you want to do when you're doing your makeup for your wedding is make sure that your skin looks flawless. And by doing this, you're going to need the concealer, foundation, and the powder. All of them in combined. And on your wedding day, you want to put on a little bit more makeup than you normally wear because you're going to be heavily photographed. And so you want to make sure that every blemish, every dark circle, everything on your face is completely covered and your skin looks absolutely perfect. And so today the concealer that I'm going to use is the Revlon Photo Ready Concealer, and I'm in color 6, and this is deep. And this is the color right here, and it's just like a lipstick type. And I'm going to put that underneath my eyes. I'm just going to draw it on there like that. And I have problems probably here. You want to go ahead and put concealer here to conceal the redness because women naturally get red around this area. And I'm gonna put some here because I have blemishes here. I also have blemishes there. I have a couple of flare-ups here. I'm gonna put it around my brow area and here. Anywhere where you have any blemishes, you want to go ahead and conceal that. And I'm just going to blend this with my finger into my skin. And you want to make sure you blend it into your neck also. And if you're doing makeup on someone else, you might want to use a sponge and not your finger. But if you're doing it on yourself, then feel free to use your finger. Alright, and next I'm going to put on some foundation, and the foundation that I'm going to use is the Lancome Tint Idol Ultra, and I'm in Bisque number 8, and this is just a sample that I got from my counter. Those two colors are a little bit lighter than my skin. I'm going to add some color back, and I'm going to use my dual finish powder, my baby, and I'm just going to brush that over all those layers. And this is a Eco Tools brush from Walgreens, and this is just going to add some more color back into my skin. Alright, so the next thing that you want to do is to add a color inside of your inner corners. And the color I'm going to use is one of MAC's Pigments, and it's called Frost. And this is it right here. It's still like extremely full, and I had it for years. You want to get something with shimmers in it, but you don't want it to be glittery because you don't want it to look chunky in your wedding pictures. But this is going to reflect light, and it's going to make your eyes shine. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a taupey type color that's going to reflect in light. It's a neutral color, and it'll tone down the iciness of this overall shimmer, and it's going to look really good once you see it in photographs and everything like that. And the color that I'm going to use is one of the colors from the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, and that color is this brown right here, the eyelid color on the right side. And I'm just going to put that all over my eyelid. Alright, you see how pretty the contrast of those colors are? And you just want to put a slight color that's going to deepen it up a little bit to create depth and dimension, but you don't want to put something that's so overpowering and it's going to look really bad when you look back at it. And the color I'm going to use is going to be Sketch, and I'm just going to put a little tiny bit on the back of this brush, and I'm just going to lightly put that on there and blend it out lightly. And I'm just going to use the same. Okay, I think that looks really good. I think it looks really pretty. And so I'm just going to add a highlight now, and the highlight that I'm going to use is one from the MAC's Wonder Woman palette, and this one is called Manila Paper. It's just a buttery golden color, and it's just going to bring this entire look together, and it's going to create a nice transition. So with the same brush, the fluffy blending brush, I'm just going to apply that very lightly over the colors that we just applied. The next thing that you want to do is you want to apply a very thin line of liquid eyeliner, and that's just to pull the entire look together. And I suggest that you try to find a waterproof eyeliner like the ones that Makeup Forever recently came out with, and that's just so it won't run throughout the day and it'll just last. But unfortunately, this is the only one that I have on hand with me right now. But if I was doing a bridal makeup party, I would go for something that's waterproof, therefore it'll last and it won't come on off of your face, and it won't ruin your makeup look if you were to shed a tear. So just apply a thin line and I will be right back. Okay, so I got cut off, and where I last left off, I was putting on liquid eyeliner, and I went ahead and added some lashes. And the lashes that I used were just some from my local beauty supply store. They are very long and spaced out, kind of like a pixie fairy, I guess you could say. And with weddings, you want to make sure that everything is a little bit more dramatic, as I previously stated, because everything is going to be on pictures, and sometimes when you are photographed and it looks like a lot in real life, it really doesn't translate that way on camera. So you want to make sure that everything is a little bit exaggerated. Like your eyelashes, you want to make sure your eyelashes are really long, everything is really boom in your face, because you want to stand out because it is your day. And the next thing that you want to do, still continuing with the eyes, is line your waterline. And traditionally, I normally put black on my waterline, but because of the theme of the eye that I did, the sparkly taupey brown eye, I'm going to continue on with the taupe tradition, and I'm going to use one of Sephora's Sephora brand's crayons, and this one is in 502, and this is the color. It's a champagne-y. It's beautiful when you put it on your eyes. And I'm just going to line my waterline with that. And I'll just do a quick swatch before I do that. This is the color. I don't know if you can see it really good, but it's just going to brighten up your eyes and make your eyes look a lot whiter than what they are. And that's the goal. You want to look bright-eyed and bushy-tailed on your wedding day. And I will be right back after I'm done lining my waterline. Okay, after you've done that, take your finger and where the white is, kind of drag it down and connect it. There's no need really to get a brush. Just drag your finger down and connect it like that. And this step is really plain, but it's going to look amazing in pictures. And on top of that, I'm just going to add a little bit of mascara. And I'm going to use a mascara with the brushes kind of separated to wiggle out and make the bottom lashes a little bit longer. I have nearly non-existent lashes, so this is maybe an optional step for me, but I would suggest that you would go ahead and put some mascara on the bottom lashes, just because you want everything to stand out. And I'm not going to add anything else to my eyes after this step. Alright, so continuing on with the face, I'm going to now start on the cheeks. And the first color that I'm going to use is a L'Oreal True Match blush, and this one is in neutral. And this is the packaging, and this is what the blush looks like. It's a few shades darker than my skin tone. You can also use this for people a little bit paler than me. And if somebody's a little darker than me, I would suggest you go a little bit deeper than this color right here. And I'm just going to use that. Not really, I don't want to do a lot of contouring, but just a little bit on my cheeks here to add a little bit of definition in my cheeks, because I have such a round, full face. I want to define this line right here, and I'm going to use that blush to do that. And I'm also going to use this same brush that I applied my powder foundation on top of the foundation that I used earlier, and I'm going to flatten out the brush like this and get it in here like so, and make the face. Start out here, and I'm going to blend it into my hairline and work my way forward with the rest of the product that's left, just so it'll be very subtle. And you want to do this underneath your cheekbone. Add a little more. Okay. And I can really see the difference between this one and this one, because it's a little bit more defined here. It's very subtle, but subtle things add up, and it will look amazing when you're done. So just do the same thing to the other side. Okay, so on top of that, I'm going to add my actual blush, and the blush that I'm going to use is a blush by NARS, and it is their most famous popular one, and this one is Orgasm. And it looks gorgeous against brown, or warm skin tones. So if the bride is a warm complexion, a warm complected person, then this will look very good, especially if it's an outside wedding, because it really picks up on the sun. It also does on the inside, but really outside it looks really, really good. And so I'm just going to put that on the apples of my cheeks. I'm just going to blend it up a little. We're focusing it on the apples of my cheeks. And I'm going to put some on the other side. Okay, so you can leave your makeup like this, or you can take it to the next step like I always do. And today I'm going to use some luster drops from MAC, and this is going to add the most subtle, beautiful glow. And I'm going to put this as a highlight. And with these drops, they're really sheer, and they're buildable, but you don't want to put too much, especially if you're not like going to the beach. So I'm just going to add maybe 2 drops to each cheek, and I'm just going to put it on my skin. I'm just going to drop it literally, maybe 3, like this. And I'm going to do the other side. And I'm going to blend those in with the brush that I applied my foundation with, and this is the MAC 131 brush. And just carefully, let me move my hair back. This is just the highlight. You want to be careful with this step because it can get messy. Actually, I think I'm going to use my 187 brush. I think it'll do the job a little bit better. And you want to concentrate this above your cheekbone because this is the highlight. And blend it with your finger. Okay, and now I'm going to have the most beautiful sun-kissed glow in my pictures. It's going to translate against in photographs. It's going to look so pretty. So I'm done with my face, and so the only thing that's left are my lips, and I'm going to line them with a lip liner, and this one is called Cork, and this one is a very neutral toned lip liner, everyday for African American women. So I would suggest that you find a lip liner that's kind of closer to your complexion. And I'm just going to lightly line my lips. I'm going to lightly use this pencil to fill in my lips and draw it in. Okay. Next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add a very thin layer of lip gloss, and I'm going to use Sugar Rims by MAC. And I'm just going to lightly apply that and then blot my lips together. Then I'm going to take a shimmery eyeshadow, and this is from a palette called Word of Mouth. It's discontinued, but just any shimmery pearl pigmented lip gloss will do. And I'm just going to apply that in the center of my lips. And using my finger, I'm just going to blot that out. And I hope that you all enjoyed this tutorial, and I want to wish you luck in all your many endeavors. And I hope that you all have a great wedding day, and those of you all who are not getting married, I hope that you all are having a great day, period. So that's it, and until next time, smooches. Bye.